She told me that someone had thrown acid in my face, and it had burned away my eyes, my nose, and lips.
Why did she give her a mirror? I lost my face.
Hey, I'm Anika. I'm Anika. I'm Anika. And until the age of...
Huh? Oh, what?
I'm Anika.
I call BS.
And until the age of 17, I had a perfectly normal life. I was pretty, good in school, and in a happy relationship with my boyfriend, Lewis.
Aww.
Well, at least that's what I thought. Because one night, everything changed. I was on my way back home from ballet practice when a guy ran up to me and threw a bucket full of liquid on my face. At first, I thought it was a prank, but then my face started to burn more and more until I blacked out.
He threw acid?
When I woke up again, everything was dark. I thought the lights were off, but something was different.
What the f?
My whole upper body was hurting, and when I touched my face, I couldn't feel my eyes or nose.
What the hell? What did I get myself into? Oh my god.
My whole face felt like an old margarita pizza, and all I had left was my mouth to breathe through. I felt like I was trapped in a nightmare. No light, no face. I wanted to cry.
Old margarita pizza is crazy. Hold up. Wait. Let me get my composure. Wait. She made the joke, bro. It's not my fault.
Was trapped in a nightmare. No light, no face. I wanted to cry.
No face,
but I had no eyes. So instead, I said,
this is so sad.
Where am I? Where am I? It was hard to speak.
Because like this actually happens. Like I'm pretty sure DeAndre Hopkins, he's a wide receiver in the NFL. His mother had someone throw acid on their face. They just be doing it. I don't know why. I just don't understand how they get a hold of it and why they do it in the first place. It's a scary world, bro.
But fortunately, my right ear still worked. So I heard my mom when she said, "You're alive. Oh, my love, what have they done to you?" She was crying and hugging me.
Terrifying, bro.
After she calmed down, she told me that someone had thrown acid in my face, and it had burned away my eyes, my nose, and lips.
Why did she give her a mirror? Wait. Oh, no, that's nasty. No, that's so nasty. Oh my god. Oh.
So it wasn't a nightmare. My face was really gone. But why would anyone do this to me?
That's a great question.
I'd always been a very friendly girl. And even when my classmates made fun of me, saying I wasn't smart, I never talked back. I just don't like conflict. But my anger quickly turned to shame when my boyfriend came to my hospital bed. Even though I couldn't see, I knew how ugly I must have looked to him. He asked me, "How are you?" But it didn't even sound like he was worried about me. I could even hear a bit of disgust in his voice. It felt like he had only come to visit me because it was his duty as my boyfriend.
Damn.
Because after just a few minutes, he left again. I never felt so bad before, and this time, I was able to cry. I could feel that somewhere under my skin, tears were forming.
Jesus.
The day the police came to visit me, they wanted me to describe what happened, and they asked if I had any enemies or if someone had threatened me. I told them I couldn't think of anyone. But 2 years earlier, one of my old classmates had threatened me, saying, "Be careful, or I'll throw acid on you."
That's such a random ass threat.
Give me money, you f***ing nigga.
But that was 2 years ago, and I never took it seriously. That girl had been jealous of me because I was in a relationship with Lewis. I knew that in my city of London.
Wait, y'all catch that?
I knew that.
Shout out my nigga, ain't for real. The Last Airbender, bro. Oh my god, it's so sad. Acid attacks in London. Black, Muslim. Black? What do you mean black?
But I'm black.
Acid attacks were common within the Black and Muslim community. Acid attacks were common within the Black and Muslim community.
Maybe I don't understand what just happened right there, but I'm pretty sure I saw a white man.
But I'm 100% white, and my parents are of Irish descent. After a month of investigation, the police found out what happened. They figured out that my old classmate who had threatened me 2 years before had an affair with my boyfriend Lewis behind my back. But because he didn't want to break up with me, she paid her cousin 200 pounds to throw acid in my face. The police—
200 pounds? That's like my grandma. What do you paid him a grandma just to— oh my goodness, bruh.
Found the exact same acid that was thrown on me on her cousin's clothes. The police also took GPS data from his phone that showed he was very close to me on the night of the accident. The trial went on for several months. When the cousin was asked if he wanted to apologize to me, he started crying and said he was so sorry. but you could hear in his voice that he was only acting.
Man, if y'all don't give that nigga the death penalty, I don't care. I don't care. I want him sent to death.
He came up with one excuse after the other for why he'd thrown acid on me.
What excuse could
He
you
even said
possibly
his
say?
parents had never loved him, and he needed the 200 pounds his cousin gave him to pay off his debts.
I think my brain just committed
Serious?
Listening to his excuses disgusted me.
Me too.
And even the judge told him to shut up because no
Thank
one
you.
wanted to hear his lies anymore.
Thank you.
In the end, both of them got 20-year prison sentences. But to be
too
honest,
short.
I'm not sure if that's fair considering
It's
they've
not.
ruined my face for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
And if they behave well in prison, they might get out much earlier. I recently visited my former classmate in prison, the one who had ordered the acid attack. Of course, it was weird meeting her.
Why did you do that?
I had no eyes to look at her directly.
Why did you
So
do
all
that?
we could do was talk. I asked why she had done it, and she explained that she had always envied my beauty. She said it broke her heart when me and Lewis became a couple, and the only way to take him away from me was to destroy my beauty. At last, I asked her if she regretted what she had done, and she immediately said yes, because now she would
Yes, of course she did. She's in jail for 20 years. What do you mean?
have to spend the best years of her life inside prison. That's when I realized that some people truly only care about themselves. She didn't apologize or anything. She only regretted being caught for her crime.
Damn.
I gotta be honest. I still sometimes get angry about what happened to me. It was such a
Sometimes.
senseless
It will be all the time. Every time I wake up and look myself in the mirror.
crime where everybody involved lost. The hardest part is that I'll probably never find another boyfriend. After what happened to my face, my now ex-boyfriend Lewis cut off all contact with me. And I gotta admit that this hurt even more than the acid attack. But it won't
Damn.
stop me from living the good life. My parents recently bought me a guide dog, and to be honest, I like him even more than I liked my ex-boyfriend. And even without a boyfriend, I can still get pregnant using a sperm donor and have my own kids. I just hope that in a few decades, technology will advance far enough that my doctors can fix my eyes and face again.
Hey, I don't know. In a decade or two, they might be fixing eyes. I don't know about your whole face, but technology going crazy. You know, I'm just saying, blindness may not be a problem in like 100 years. But hey, it's better than nothing.
But luckily, there are many jobs for blind people like me.
Really?
Right now, I'm working as a call center agent during the day, and I've also started practicing DJing as a new hobby.
How?
I guess all of us face tragedies and evil in our lives. And even
DJ?
though it wasn't my fault that someone threw acid in my face, it would be my fault if I let it make me become bitter and resentful.
No, become bitter and resentful. That's what you're supposed to feel. Don't act like it's all jolly and rainbows. Be mad. I'm mad for you. Be mad.
That's why I'm not calling for retribution, but for more police and harsher punishments to prevent this senseless violence.
Facts.
Because right now, acid attacks here in the UK are on the rise,
Oh.
and some of the victims are less than 10 years old. Thank you for listening to my story.
That said 5 years old. What were you talking 5-year-old for? What did a 5-year-old do? I would love to know what a 5-year-old did. Oh my goodness. My psycho brother ate my dog. What? Oh!
Hey, my name is Delara, and I want to tell you how I
Is your brother, what's the dude from My Hero, Kirishima?
got rid of my psychopath brother. He tyrannized my family for years, but now he's gone.
How?
And yes, I confess, I did it.
You killed
I
him?
made him disappear. Since
Okay, all right. You made him disappear? Okay, let's see how you did this.
since I can remember,
Freddy Krueger and Jason. Okay.
when my brother and I played together, he would always put plastic
I knew it was Kirishima because he's a One Punch Man fan. Bro, they think they slick. I knew it was Kiri.
bags over my teddy bear, as if he was suffocating it.
That's so
And then
nasty.
he would point at me and laugh like I would be next. My parents knew he was an evil monster, which is why they never left me alone with him in the same room.
Oh my
He
God.
loved drawing himself eating and crucifying other people.
No, you can send that baby to like a mental ward, you know? Maybe you should send the baby to God and see if he can handle it.
To make things worse, most of the time, I was the victim. So of course I was scared. I knew my brother wanted to turn his fantasies into reality.
You know what they say, boys will be boys, ain't that right?
I'm about to blow.
But luckily, I had my parents and
Iron
my dog
Man?
Tobias protecting me.
Captain
My brother had
Ameridaga?
tried several times to break into my room at night, but Tobias always slept next to me. He was a very big dog. Unfortunately, that didn't save him from my brother. One day, my brother ran after me, and I started screaming for help. Tobias immediately came to my rescue and jumped onto my brother, threw him down and snarled at him. But psychopaths like my brother are incapable of feeling fear.
Okay.
That's why he just grinned back at Tobias and said, "You will regret this badly."
Whatever the dog's name said.
Just a damn monkey.
I knew it was my responsibility to protect Tobias from my brother.
Shout out to Tobias.
Failed. My brother must have lured him outside and then Tobias was gone. I told my parents that my brother got rid of Tobias, but they didn't quite believe me. They said,
Where do you think the
maybe
dog
Tobias
went?
just ran away.
Come on, bro.
But the next day, when my parents and I came back from grocery shopping, my brother was in the kitchen cooking. He had never cooked before.
in the kitchen, whipping, water whipping on sorry.
For some reason, he was staring at me with his usual evil grin. Then he pulled out a big haunch and bit into it, while staring at me. The haunch was weirdly big. It took me a few seconds to realize that he was eating the leg of Tobias.
He just like Dio for real. But Dio didn't eat Joseph's dog. But he should have. I wouldn't blame him if he did. He said, let him cook.
To realize that he was eating the leg of Tobias. In that moment, something switched inside me.
What you do?
I knew only one of us would survive.
What you do?
I was ready to die. I first told my parents what was going on. But when they took a closer look at the haunch, they said it wasn't Tobias. But I knew they were lying to make me feel comfortable.
Okay.
Because a few minutes later, my brother told me what he had done to Tobias. How he
Ooh.
had cooked him, and that he tasted like high-quality beef. Tobias
He
wasn't...
look like some high quality beef now. Look at that. He look like he built nice and swell. I don't blame him for eating him. He look like a good bite.
Tobias wasn't just a dog for me.
Fair.
He was my best friend.
Fair.
And no one eats my best friend without equal retribution. My parents were scared of my brother. But I wasn't anymore.
Are you gonna eat him?
I knew if I didn't take action, I would end up like Tobias.
She's gonna eat him.
To protect myself, my dad gave me pepper spray and told me to use it against my brother if he threatened me. He said the pepper...
Why don't y'all send that nigga away? If your daughter has to have pepper spray for her brother, bro, send him out. He don't have to be there.
Pepper spray was strong enough to keep off bears.
Oh.
So it would easily knock out my brother.
Okay.
But I had no interest in defending myself.
Yeah, eat him.
I didn't want to live in fear anymore.
And eat him.
So the next morning, I opened my brother's door and threw a heavy book at him and screamed, "You murderer!"
Eat him.
He immediately got up and ran after me.
Tom and Jerry?
I ran out of our house, directly into the forest.
Is this setting
My
up a
brother
trap?
ran after me, but I had 2 advantages.
Okay.
I was 2 years older than him,
Okay.
and I had shoes on while he didn't. I was faster than him, but kept him
Are you
close enough
luring
that
him?
he thought he could catch me.
Okay.
1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles. I had never...
Why are you running?
Ain't no way he chasing you for 3 miles. Ain't nothing worth a 3-mile chase. After a cool 30, 40 seconds of chasing, I'm running back home and I'm locking you out. What do you mean 3 miles? Y'all cross country stars or something, man? It take like 20 minutes to run 3 miles.
like this before. It was a beautiful and intense experience. At one point, I stopped and gasped for air. My brother was right there, 5 meters away. I could see in his face that he had waited for this moment
What is your
all his life.
plan?
But so did I.
What are you gonna do?
I pulled my dad's pepper spray out, ready to use it against my brother, and end this once and for all. My brother started running away from me, but I was faster than him.
You ran
and
3
about to catch up when I fell and he escaped.
You're garbage. You ran 3 miles to get him secluded, turned around, and you failed to spray him. You're garbage.
Now I was truly petrified. I wasn't sure what my brother would do next. So I ran to my parents and told them about my brother and how he had run after me in the forest. They knew I was telling the truth.
Where's he at?
And decided my brother was too dangerous to continue to live with us.
911?
That's why they tried to put him into a special facility for violent and dangerous teenagers. But my brother had no criminal record, so they didn't accept him in. My parents' only choice left was giving him into a foster home, but they said he was too dangerous and a threat to the other kids there. That's why they decided to keep him living with us. Of course, we were all scared and I was sleeping in my parents' bed from now on. I spent hours every night thinking how I could get rid of him. And then I had an idea.
You're gonna eat him!
What if I placed a knife into his backpack and called the police to tell them he was planning to attack someone?
It's gonna have your fingerprints on it, smart one. If you eat him, there's no evidence he was ever there to begin with.
But I knew he would accuse me of setting him up. So I also put a few of his drawings into his backpack. Then, during school, I called the police and told them my brother had told me he wanted to go psycho on his classmates. The police immediately arrived and took him into custody. And guess what? Now he is in a youth detention facility and he will stay there for many years. However, his new home is only 40 miles away from where we live, and I'm scared that he will break out of there and come to get me. Because he has repeatedly sworn to take revenge on me. Because he knows that
I'll be in his face throwing up W's like, we just took a W, man. You can't touch me. And then I'd fly to Cuba. By the way, these are indeed W's. No gang affiliation with nothing. These are how I do my W's because it's the easiest way to do them. Okay, let's make that clear.
I'd set him up. He has repeatedly sworn to take revenge on me. Because he knows that I had set him up. That's why I'm practicing sprinting and fighting every day.
Okay.
I always carry some weapon with me.
Okay, she got this shit inside her arm. She does this. She does. Hi-ya! Woo-hoo! I remember I used to do that when I was in pre-K.
Just in case. My parents have also installed an alarm system to our house in case my brother tries to break in and get me.
Okay.
It's scary, but I know how to defend myself, and once
She
I'm
dual
older,
wields too.
I'll
You
just
see
move
that?
far away, somewhere where my brother will never find me. And if he does find me, I'll be prepared.
Chung-Li?
In fact,
I just figured out who Chung-Li was like last week, and I think it's about time for me to get into Street Fighter. I'm not gonna lie to you. I also saw Cammy in Street Fighter 2. I saw Cammy. I think I might need to get into Street Fighter.
in fact, I sometimes hope he will break out and fight me.
You see that? She wants to have a martial arts competition with her brother. She's trying to duke it out, bro. She thinks this is a game for real.
Then I could finally end this, once and for all.
Cannibal Dad? My dad is a real cannibal. My horrible life.
Hey, I'm Steve,
up,
and
Steve?
I'm in big trouble.
Oh, my.
I recently found proof that my dad is a real-life cannibal.
How?
I'm not joking here. And I'm not sure if I should contact the police or FBI, but
Did this nigga say his dad eats people? He doesn't know who to call. He shouldn't call. He doesn't know he should call the police. Is that what he really just did? He said my dad eats people, but I don't know if I should call 911. Let me think about it.
but I know I have to do something because my dad needs to be stopped.
He
I
does.
should have realized that he was weird when I was a
Optimus
kid.
Prime?
My dad always told me stories about a cannibal tribe in the Brazilian Amazonas. He
Okay.
told those stories with so much detail as if he had experienced it himself. He said they normally only ate deceased people, but sometimes when they thought someone was a sorcerer or a witch, they would make an exception and eat that person alive.
Your dad sounds like he's a very interesting fellow. He sounds like he has very interesting hobbies.
To make things worse, he told me they mostly accuse little girls of being witches. He also said that those
They ate
indigenous
babies?
Brazilian tribes would go out and try to capture men of other tribes and then do a big feast eating them. Listening to his stories as a
With a
kid
smile
was
on his
scary.
face, too?
But I was young, and I kind of thought my dad's obsession with cannibalism was normal. He also has a bunch of human skulls all over our house, and when I asked him where he got those from, he said he bought them on eBay.
What the hell?
You just walking around your crib and their skulls? Is he like rock music or something? Is he emo? He like screamo? Metal? That's what a metal music lover would do. Them metal niggas like weird things.
But I highly doubt that that's true. Because 4 years ago,
Yeah?
he changed careers.
Into?
He went from being a school teacher to becoming a crematorium operator.
What?
His new job is all about turning dead corpses into ashes. And it's his duty to treat those bodies with respect. But I suspect that he is taking those bodies apart and secretly eating them.
That's crazy, because they could somehow get away with that, huh? Because you don't know how much your person's supposed to weigh after they get cremated. No one's looking that up. Oh, he takes like a quick arm off of every person. Sometimes he takes an eyeball. He might be taking some dinglings and clits. He saucing them up, throwing some beautiful seasoning on it, bro. Got the A1 sauce and everything, and he gets to smacking. I bet you it tastes bomb.
But I suspect that he is taking those bodies apart and secretly eating them. The other weird thing he does is fly to Brazil once a year. My mom told me he has family over there, and I believed her as a kid.
Okay.
But why had I never seen my Brazilian family? And why had I never been invited to visit them?
Because they don't want to see your ass. What do you mean? They don't care about you. What do you, come on now.
Well, one day I found out the truth. I went through my dad's wardrobe, and at the bottom, I found a hidden box. When I opened it, I saw several sets of human teeth. It was so creepy.
How do you know they're human, bro?
And there was one photo showing my
shark
dad
teeth.
wearing those teeth around his head. So
You know what? This doesn't look great for the dad, right? But I think there's a good excuse for this. Let's wait for the dad to speak on it.
surrounded by some indigenous jungle people. Another
Jungle
photo showed my
people.
dad holding a spear in his hand next to some indigenous warriors. It looked
Okay.
like they were about to go hunting. I just hope it wasn't for some other humans.
It was cosplay, bro. It was cosplay. You know, it was Halloween time, bro. Let your dad swag out for Halloween.
But now I knew where my dad went one.
What's Patrick doing there? Y'all can't see him. What the hell is he doing? They just be throwing random cartoon and anime characters in here, bro, with no purpose.
He visited the Brazilian Amazon to hang out with some cannibalistic, warmongering tribe members. And maybe he
His
went on
family.
hunting other humans with them so they could eat them afterward. I hope this was all a big joke, but when I confronted my dad and asked if he had ever eaten human flesh, his response was so creepy. A big grin appeared on his face, and then he asked me, "How do you know, son?" At first, I didn't know how to respond.
I would do that to my kid. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I would respond to my kid in the same way. I think I would scare my little kid. Absolutely, yeah. Because that would be hilarious as a father. Talking about some, you're next.
I'm scared.
"Oh, do you know, son?" At first, I didn't know how to respond. But once I had gathered myself, I said, "You are a disgusting and evil psychopath."
Cap,
But he
I
responded,
think it's normal.
No, it's not evil and it's not disgusting. I mean, what's the difference between eating pig, beef, or human?
I don't know cannibalism. like, what do you mean? What is your point?
There is no difference.
Okay.
And if a human dies of a natural cause, then it's not evil to eat the corpse. Because
Okay.
a dead person doesn't care. So that's why you became a
We let him cook, and that shit was burnt.
Because a dead person doesn't care. So that's why you became a crematory operator? So you can have free lunch at work? I asked him. Those
crazy.
are old and sick people. That would be disgusting. No, I'm just fascinated by dead bodies. It's really no big deal, he responded. Wow, my dad thinks that being a cannibal is no biggie. I'm honestly scared of him because
Me
I don't know
too.
what he's capable of. If he is willing to spend thousands of dollars each year to fly to Brazil just to eat other humans,
Dora, no, do Dora.
then he might also be willing to eat my mom or me. And one time, he asked me,
How many references are these niggas gonna keep putting in this, bro? You got Captain Crunch, yo, it's out my nigga Captain, bro. He said I'm his right-hand man, so I'm gonna control the boat soon.
if I wanted to come with him to Brazil. He said it would be a great adventure, and I could finally develop a taste for, you know what. He said it's better than anything else he had ever tasted. But why does
What if
my
he's
dad think
trolling?
that I am even slightly interested in cannibalism?
He's trolling, bro. It's a
This
joke. It's a
whole
joke.
thing is so disturbing.
Why do y'all have a penis on your fridge?
I am seriously considering calling the FBI. But I don't want my dad to go to
considering
prison
it.
because then my mom would be very lonely. To make things worse, my dad recently bought a huge barbecue grill. I am suspecting the worst, but so far, he has only used it when I wasn't at home. So I have no idea what he's eating on it.
Let him cook.
To be honest, if someone wants to eat my corpse after I'm dead, I wouldn't mind. And I recently read on the internet that more and more moms eat their own placentas after giving birth.
Maybe you are just like your dad. Go to Brazil with him. I think you just like that man. What?
It's so disgusting, but it's one of the hottest trends out there. And even Kim Kardashian says she has eaten her own placenta after.
All the references you have Peppa Pig, Nyan Cat, you have Squidward dabbing, you have Squidward again, then you have Share My Story, you have PewDiePie, and then you have to the Teletubs. Okay, I like y'all with all these injections. That's hilarious. No, that's no. Injections is Kim Kardashian's YouTube channel. That is fire.
It's one of the hottest trends out there. And even Kim Kardashian says she has eaten her own placenta after giving birth. I guess
I'm
as
not
long as you
listening to no
don't
Kim
hurt
Kardashian
others,
for nothing.
you can eat whatever you want. Unfortunately, I don't think my dad is following that rule. I assume that he goes to Brazil once a year to hunt for fresh human meat. And 2 weeks ago, he cooked us a nice soup with pork meat inside. Or so I thought. Because 2 days later, he asked me how I liked the soup, and when I told him that it tasted good, I saw this creepy little smirk on his face.
Oh my God, bro.
Which means that I might have already eaten another human without knowing it. Please let me know in the comments what you would do in my situation.
I would have been called 911 when he first told me he eat people. Even if he's joking, I'm not taking the chance.